Hey there. It's Aloha Wednesday. Yes, it's hump day. Oh my gosh, what a day. And sorry, guys, I'm trying to get treats out for my pups because they are literally, it's so weird after being live and away for a while. And then I come back and I got to deal with them. Hello, 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 everyone. Sleuth is with us backstage. Well, no, she's here, but she's running a quick break. And so she will be with, I just noticed I never took her down. So yeah, she's here. Wow. Hi, Sleuth. And also, oh my gosh, how are y'all doing today? I am kind of watching our local news in the background because we did have KHON news there today. And I do know they interviewed Ariel's dad, so I'm kind of keeping a close eye on what's going on there. However, let's say some quick hey there, hi there's for everyone. And oh, yes, we got chat is filling up. There we go. Mark, hey, two lives pretty much in a row, big lives. Okay, not my morning lives, but the others. And first in the room. And also, hello, hello. And thank you also for pushing the hitting the thumbs up and all that stuff. I appreciate that. Thanks, Mark. And there is Miss Seal. How are you doing, my dear? Guys, there are so many. I've been so busy today that I haven't been able to be getting the normal updates. I think we got Sleuth back. Are you back, my dear?
I am. I even washed my hands.
Oh, good girl. Yay!
Yay! Sorry.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Who else? We got Rowdy here. How you doing, Rowdy? We're all walking from live to and Sleuth is going from panel to panel to panel, and we're all going chat to chat to chat. So you've been busy girl today, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
trial season.
Oh my gosh. So did they actually complete everything today and they're already okay, jury's looking at the case now?
Jury has been out for 2 hours and 45 minutes. And so we are
Okay.
waiting for that. They only did a 4 o'clock day again today, though. You don't want this judge to work past rush hour. So
You would think they're on Hawaiian. This is the way we deal with things in Hawaii. Come on now. And there is Miss Amber. How you doing, my dear?
I've
Let's see.
never
And
I never knew that you could become a part-time judge. I had no clue that that was an option. Like, what am I doing with my life? I would love
yeah.
part-time.
Oh yeah. Part-time judge. Okay, be able to make your own hours and all the oh my god. It's ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. So we got Cristola in the house. Oh, Cooter's on what is I don't think this is Cooter anymore. I really think something has happened because they're yeah, Cooter's here every day on time. I mean, it's impressive. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, you know what, Mark? You talking about Elijah here? We're gonna start with Elijah, and start going through things. I need some updates. I did watch the news, the press conference. Not much update on that at all. Roberta's here. Hey, Roberta and Red Rock, and I'm just checking, making sure I missed it. Yeah, Loco's gonna sleep really good today. And would you stop scratching my arm? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Anyone else? Oh, there's in the bushes, my dear. And also you were following panel to panel. See, that's it. That's the best thing. I was listening to panel to panel to panel while I was driving half of my day. So, but let's see. Here we go. And we're going to cover a couple different cases to get today, as you guys saw. Of course, our number one right now is we really need to keep the word out about Elijah. I'm a little nervous because I'm not seeing as many lives being done about Elijah, as much discussion about him. And we are over 24 hours now with him missing.
I
So,
have a feeling that we are gonna start seeing more probably tomorrow. I know I intend to cover him. We talked about him a little bit during court today, but unfortunately, it's not looking good. And we're hearing that mom's boyfriend, and potentially the boyfriend's dad may have been taken into custody. It's
oh, I
not
haven't heard
been
that yet. Okay.
yeah, so they are in fact at like, they are in fact you can pull it up onto the,
The Fox
um
11 one?
no, so you can't you
Oh,
can pull it up into the jail system, but it does not list any
oh,
charges, it doesn't list
hmm,
what's going on exactly with them yet,
right.
and it may be completely unrelated, right? Because if they were searching for Elijah and they found, for example, something that parents should not
Starts
have in
with
their
D
home.
or something
Yes,
else or
exactly,
something.
and
Yeah,
so that could
exactly.
result in them being taken and things like that, but, one of the things that we have been hearing with him was that he was in the custody of a caregiver at the
Yes.
time of his disappearance, and so we immediately thought, you know,
Caregiver.
that it
Yeah.
was somebody else, but it turns out that it was likely mom's boyfriend that was alone with him at the time of his disappearance. And so this is all
Okay.
things that I am getting from Facebook, so I don't know
Right.
how factual any of this information is. And so I probably shouldn't even be saying it, but just to
Well,
go a little bit more into detail about
right.
what we may or may not know, I guess,
No.
is the fact
Yeah.
that this really could be a situation where somebody said that he was asleep and that,
Right.
that's whenever Elijah disappeared from the home.
Disappeared. Right.
We've I don't wanna say, but we've heard that type of story a lot of times.
Right. I
Yes,
didn't
and
want to
mom's
go there
boyfriend does have a
yesterday, but
record.
yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah. Oh, does Mark. Okay, see, that's the thing. I've been out on the other side of the island where internet is not always it's pretty spotty, to be
mhm,
honest. My phone was down to like 3% by the end of the being up in that direction. Um, but okay, I know yesterday, of course, we were sitting here talking about okay, what are the chances? Okay, he either walked away, number
mhm,
one, or something happened, or that's
right. And I
definitely,
will say that we do
yeah,
know for sure that mom was not home, that her and the older sister were somewhere else, and so mom, for what is not necessarily a part in this,
right,
um, but again, we're hearing that multiple people are in custody. We just don't know if it really has anything to do with him missing.
right.
Police are still approaching this as if he could have potentially been abducted at this point.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Exactly. So I do have, and I don't know if people are interested. They did have a press
I
conference.
do wanna watch that because I actually
Okay,
haven't watched it
perfect.
yet, so
You
that would
haven't
be
watched it yet?
no.
Okay. I'm gonna pull that up. It literally comes in at 4 minutes long. Um Interesting how from what I've seen, it's very just this is what we know. No question and answers. They're really limiting the information that's coming out right now. So let me see what I can do on sharing the screen and we can
Roberta,
play
as
it.
far as their records go, my research assistant, Seal, is still going to be pulling me the documents on this case. Hopefully, I will have them for the morning. Wink, wink, Seal, that I haven't had this conversation with you yet because I've been busy.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
on a live stream, I will let you know that my research assistant, Seal, is working on getting us the documents for this case and the people involved. Thank you, Seal.
That's helpful. Let me see if I can pull up the picture in picture rather than the other. Seal's like, wait 1 second. Why am I getting these extra jobs? See, she's
She's
going to
like,
create a union. Okay, it's going to be the
she is.
researcher union.
I swear to
Oh,
God, she's like, "I had no clue that you streaming full time again meant that I was going to be working full time."
doing all these things. Exactly. Yes. Oh, good. I do got picture in picture. So hopefully this works. Let me know. And I'll okay. Oh wait, share audio, share a tab or a screen instead. Okay, so no, I'm not gonna be able to. Okay, let's do it from in here then instead. Let's put this back here. Okay. Am I here or did I just kick myself out? I just freaking kicked myself out, didn't
No,
I?
you didn't. You're here.
Oh no, I didn't. Thank God. I thought
You're
I can't find my StreamYard. My StreamYard literally just disappeared on me. There it is. Okay, so let's see. Share. Okay. With my life today, why is my StreamYard disappearing? Ah, there. It's behind a window. Guys, I need a second computer screen. That's all there is to this. I am serious. I need that. So, okay, let's go ahead. We're going to watch it within this area. Hey, criminality, how you doing, my dear? Yeah, she's massively busy today. Massively, massively busy today. And, it's been a busy day across the board. I mean, oh, it's been nuts. So I'm going to keep the dog shut up, and here we go. Let's watch
My name is
this.
Ben Meinert, the Chief of Police with Two Rivers Police Department. I'd like to provide everybody with an update on our efforts to locate a 3-year-old missing boy, Elijah View, who's been missing from our community since yesterday morning. Our hearts go out to Elijah's family during this incredibly difficult time. We want to assure them and the public that we are doing everything in our power to bring Elijah home safely. I will not discuss specific strategies related to the search for Elijah because I simply don't want to limit the information our community has to offer. Since the moment Elijah was reported missing, our law enforcement from local, state, and federal agencies, along with dedicated volunteers and community members, have been working tirelessly around the clock to search every inch of our city and beyond into the county. Our search and rescue teams have been combing through our neighborhoods, parks, wooded areas, and they've been following up on all leads and tips from the public. We still have an active Amber Alert. That Amber Alert for Elijah, we are continuing to follow every and all avenues. Elijah is a 3-year-old male. He was last seen at approximately 8 a.m. yesterday in the 3800 block of Mishkat Road here in the city of Two Rivers. Elijah is approximately 3 feet tall, 45 to 55 pounds, with brown eyes and dark blonde hair. He was wearing dark-colored sweatpants and shoes with a dinosaur print. I want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has volunteered their time, resources, and support to assist in the search for Elijah. Your unwavering commitment to the well-being of Elijah and our community is inspiring. We could not do this without you. As we continue our efforts, I want to emphasize the importance of remaining vigilant and proactive. Additionally, I want to remind everyone to please refrain from spreading rumors and false information. This can hinder our search efforts for Elijah. All official facts and information regarding this search will come from us at the Two Rivers Police Department. Let us focus on our collective energy, on supporting one another and bringing Elijah home. If you haven't done so, please check your home surveillance and search your personal property, but also be mindful of others' private property. We urge anyone with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward and share that with law enforcement. Immediately, every piece of information could be the key to bringing Elijah home. Anyone with information can call the state tip line. We've provided that number, 844-267-6648, or utilize the P3 Crime Stoppers app. You can choose to remain anonymous. The Two Rivers Police Department will provide updates as more information becomes available. Again, thank you. Thank you once again for your continued support and all the cooperation that we've had during these challenging times. Thank you.
Chief, do you have a suspect right now, and where are the mother and father in all of this?
Sorry, we're not going to take any questions at this time. Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about why?
Just to let you hear the questions they're trying. Okay. So, like I said, it was a super quick press conference.
It
I
was.
mean, literally. Yeah.
I'm just going
Go-
to answer
go for it.
Criminality's questions real quick. She
Yes.
must have came in a few
That's what I
minutes
was
late.
wondering. Yeah.
And so, Criminality, at this point, we are hearing that mom and the older sister left and that he was left alone with the boyfriend of the mom, who allegedly, now this is all via Facebook, so please take it
Right.
as you will, but he allegedly was asleep. And whenever he woke up, he noticed that Elijah was no longer there. Now, at this
Right.
point, yes, there was a Holiday Inn search. There was searches multiple locations where he may or may not have been seen. They were looking at these different locations and looking at it in an investigative manner, going through camera footage. We heard things about evidence collection, things like that. But at this point, the boyfriend is in state custody. The mom is in custody. The boyfriend's dad, I think, or the mom's dad is in custody. I'm not sure whose dad it is, but there's 3
Right.
people in custody, but at this point, they have not listed any charges for them the last time I looked. Now, mind you, I've been on panel and stuff,
They
so
could be, yeah.
things could have changed, but there was no charges or anything listed. Now my thought process is that they're still saying that this could have been an abduction, and that's how they're approaching it from an investigative standpoint. For all we know, that they could have taken them into custody for unrelated things that may have been found while they were searching for Elijah. But we do know that mom allegedly was not home whenever he went missing. And so I don't think mom has anything to do with anything. I still don't know about the boyfriend. As I was saying a minute ago, my office assistant, Seal, is working on getting me the appropriate documents.
Oh, I
So,
love it. I love it. And yeah, I know a lot of us, and actually, waited. Let me pull it up. I pulled up the Google Earth thing again just to show people the area that we're talking about. And now I don't have the specific address here, and I know there's some discussion where people have seen it, but just the 3900 block. Again, whether or not it's connected to boyfriend, things like that, or if he went wandering, what really, really worries me about the wandering side of this is everything that is right here to the west. All of that land, okay, that's all woods. There's a river here, so would not be I would not be surprised if that's not necessarily swampy, but wetland at
can
the same
you
point.
can
Yeah.
you while you're there search on Google for MANITOWOC?
Oh, Manitowoc.
MA Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
The
Well,
city
how
itself,
far
it's right there. It's not that far. It's
okay.
actually kind of the next city over.
Well, that's actually
Sorry.
really far compared. Okay, so this is why. I'm gonna share my screen real quick,
Okay, will do. I'm gonna
maybe.
real quickly for you
Nobody
guys
message me.
to yeah, I
Sorry.
know that's my biggest concern every time that happens. Okay,
I
let me
didn't
just
join with
see.
my Facebook yet.
Manitowoc to there about five and a quarter miles. Okay,
Okay.
give or take, depending on where you're talking about. So
Okay.
let me let you share your screen. Okay, there we go.
So this is on Facebook 5 hours ago. It says FBI a block away from my house in Manitowoc looking for a certain vehicle on any outdoor cameras. And then they have pictures of the FBI going and talking to all these people. So maybe they're still looking for him wandering, I don't know, looking for a certain
That's
vehicle.
all.
Did a
Yeah,
did a vehicle drive through this neighborhood? I
at
just
that
got
time.
sick thinking about that. I'm thinking
Oh
about Michael
yeah.
Vaughn just now.
Oh, that's what
Somebody
I did
driving
yesterday.
through. Oh my
Yep.
god, that just hit the pit of my
Yesterday,
stomach.
in fact, we had Brandy in chat at the time as I was talking about this case. And all
Mm.
I could think of was Monkey the whole time because this is just feeling so. I mean, it's like deja vu to some degree, not completely, of course, some of the situations differently. Um, I just saw who was just asking about what time. I don't know if it was criminality or someone else, but he was last seen around 8 a.m. The
Is what they're saying
report
anyways.
is what they're saying, at least. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And the report itself, the 911 call, came in just before 11 a.m. I think it was like 10:58, 10:59, if I recall. So there's a 3 hour time frame there. Now, in all reality,
So,
guys, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, this person's just sharing that one of the neighbors right there next to his house is a registered offender. And so, not that we
Yes.
know that for sure, that that's who, that's the first place police officers go, but it's so freaking
You
scary.
know,
I
that was
can't.
something, yeah, worried me as this started breaking out. Like I said, today I've been kind of dealing with Ariel more, so I haven't been able to be right on top of things. But yesterday, people were posting all of the different registered offenders in the area. There were a lot more, considering if you actually look at this area, there's some schools pretty near where he disappeared from. And it really amazed me how many actual registered offenders were in the neighborhood. But if you look at this is the area we're talking about. You've got an elementary school right here. This here to the right is actually a cemetery. And then I think there was another school, middle school right here. So I was really surprised. I'd have to look at it, and I did not take, you know what, people I know would jump towards the registered offenders, and I didn't even know how much of that was. Sometimes you never know what people are sharing, because I know there's limits as to how far a registered offender, how close they can be to these locations. So, but this is scaring me. Yeah, it's cold at night if he's out there on his own. It's way too cold at night for this little guy if he's alone. But the roads in this area, if he was walking in this neighborhood, if he got out, if we're going in that direction, I mean, there's a lot of roads, side roads here, things like that. It looks like a nice neighborhood though. So, let's see. It's what else we got here? By the way, hello, Tim. Too much water. Yeah, that water really worries me, the river. And if you go to the
Yeah,
other, yeah,
I
that
agree
water.
that anytime that kids go missing near water, I like get a sick feeling in my stomach every
Yep,
single time. But I
yep.
will say there was one, Riker Webb, I always bring him up whenever there is cases near the water, because he was, like, literally feet away from, moving
Right.
water, and I was like, "Oh my god, this poor baby." And I pretty much almost cried while I was covering him because I was sitting there thinking, and then they found
Mhm.
him the opposite direction in somebody's shed, zipped up into a lawnmower bag to keep warm.
Oh,
He zipped
oh,
himself into
wow.
a lawnmower bag.
So smart.
Yeah.
So smart.
Yep.
Yeah, I know people were yesterday reminding everyone, keep your lights on, keep your porch light, your lanai lights on. So if he is out there, he sees the lights and might come over. Um, I did find it interesting. They made a comment during the press conference about being aware that you're at other people's houses and yards and stuff like that. So they must be getting some complaints about people searching in areas that they don't belong to them and on our private property. Um, that I found very interesting. So, as for highway, Cristola was asking, and no, that's a long road, but 43 is right here. So, but yeah, yeah, cupcake, and I'll send some of those things. So I don't know. This is Elijah, and we're really hoping, just a city named Two Rivers gets you worried about water immediately. And so we'll see what happens,
So,
whether or not, yeah.
yeah, no, I just wanted to clarify too. So, Jesse Vang was the caregiver, quote unquote, boyfriend
Okay.
of mom. He was arrested at 11:28 p.m. yesterday.
Oh,
So,
wow.
okay, sorry. They're saying we don't know for sure if he's the boyfriend, the uncle, the cousin, the family, or the family friend, but he was the caregiver. And so we don't know what his charges were. Um,
Okay. Do we
so
know, was he the one? There was someone from the family who was posting yesterday in the group, or posting somewhere. I'm wondering if that is him by any chance. He was an uncle, whoever it was. Um, so I'm reading some of this stuff right now. I know people are saying as of this morning, police are going off the idea that he was abducted, that he wandered off. But see, the problem is the moment a child wanders off, they're open to being abducted. Okay, and that's the problem. Yeah, they can wander off on their own. I do worry, even with that 3 hour time period. I mean, that's a long time to not see a child. I know the rumor is that the boyfriend, caregiver, whatever they're calling him, had fallen asleep and didn't realize. But I mean, 3-year-olds can get into all sorts of trouble pretty quickly, actually. And so the mom's boyfriend who was watching him, right, LFT. Um, And that's who reported, was the person who was supposedly watching him is the one who made the 911 call, from what I
Right.
understand right now.
Sorry.
And
I'm just
yeah,
sitting
look at
here
his
sending
face.
Seal the actual names and stuff like that, because she's like,
I knew you
you're
were
you're
working in the
hitting me.
background.
She's like, you're hitting me with all this stuff, and I don't even know who you're talking about right now. And so
Oh my God.
I'm
Yes,
like
yes.
sending her the names.
Seal does some great work for many of us. She's been helping me on a couple things myself lately. Okay, more on a personal level, but yes, Seal is good. She really is. So but yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what comes of this. I got to go into the Facebook group and do some updates for myself later on tonight
Mhm.
and see what happened.
And I can
So,
give you guys the Facebook group. Just please keep in mind, anytime that you are in a Facebook group for a missing person that is not ran by, family and things like that, you're gonna read
yeah,
speculations, you're gonna read a lot of assumptions and things like that. Just keep an open mind to the fact that we don't know what happened at this point.
yeah.
We have no freaking clue, and this literally could be anything right now.
Mhm.
The police are still presenting this as if he could have been abducted, or that he could have wandered off. And so if they are seriously looking for a vehicle 5 miles away, and camera footage of a vehicle 5 miles away, that makes me wonder, what vehicle are they looking, and why haven't they
They
released
told
a
us about
vehicle
it.
to us at the public? Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys, really, when you're looking at groups, one of the things about groups is we all are, people there are fully in assumption mode. Let's fill in the blanks, things like that. On top of that, you also have the trolls. And those trolls many times are sitting there trying to pull up ideas or get people thinking things or making comments just to stir everyone up. So remember, the moment we kind of zero in on ideas of assumptions and all, it's the moment that we honestly stop looking at all of the different possibilities because we buy into one thing. So be very, very careful about that. Yeah, right now we're not getting any of this vehicle information. In fact, this is news to me. So the fact they just had a press conference and they could have shared that
Mhm.
and they didn't,
Right. But
use
they're going door
people.
to door.
Yeah.
Mm. I don't know, and it doesn't seem like they're really searching the waterways. Did you notice that? They did yesterday, but they're
Yeah.
not today.
Today.
And so that tells me that they don't
There's
think that
something.
he's necessarily in the water, which is good because that gives the
Yeah.
potential that he is out there and he is
Absolutely.
findable in one piece
Yep.
alive, right? We don't I'm
Exactly.
done. I am done with
Yep.
deceased children this week, you
Oh
guys. I'm
God,
not
I
kidding.
can't
He
do
is
the.
going to be found good. He's
Yep.
going to be found
Nope.
safe. He has
Exactly.
to.
And that's where we're headed right now. That's where we're heading. You got a point. Okay, they aren't looking. They're not having people going through these woods. You're not hearing about, okay, a walk through these woods step by step. Okay, grid searches of it and all that. But yeah, they're finding some information and they're talking to those involved around the family. Something, my gut is saying something there has been raising their ear and being like, let's go in this direction. I hate that. That always gets me. But you know what? We all know. I know some amazing boyfriends that would be great. The problem is not all. We don't know. We don't know what it is here right now. And yes, we are completely in opinion mode right now. So, and yesterday I think that's where it was. They were looking at all that. Hey, Click and Go, how you doing, my dear? So, so I think yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping we'll get some more information tomorrow. I haven't heard anything else about the blanket. Have we heard anything about whether they ever found the blanket at home? Has
No.
anyone heard anything? Okay, got it.
Still
Because
saying that he
that's
could be there.
yeah. And so yeah, because if you take a look at the little plaid blanket there, that's the blanket they are thinking he may have gone off. Maybe that's his blankie or something like that. He is precious. He's what we call here in Hawaii hapa. Okay, he's part Hmong, I guess is how it's pronounced. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's from East China, more Vietnam, East China, that area, and also. Okay, you have anything else to add on? I actually just realized I should have had this up in the corner this whole time, and I did not do that. You have anything else to add on? We go
No,
taking a look
ma'am, I
at
think you're good to move on to the next case. Anybody just tuning in, hi, Click and Go Books. You
question.
may want to rewind, watch us on 2 times speed, and catch back up because this is an important case, and I would hate for you to miss the details.
Totally, totally. So, let's go ahead with Audrey, maybe. Okay, Mung, is that what it is? Red Rock Mung? And okay, let me see here real quickly. I think I still, yeah, there is Audrey's picture here. And so Audrey today, well, I think a lot of what we're finding, we heard a little bit about how they found her. Okay, tied with a rock, from what I'm understanding, and there is actually a arrest, complaint and all. I did get my hands on that, and we could go through that. Do you have any other updates that I might have missed while I was out pounding the pavement?
I believe you have that report, right?
Yep, I
Okay.
do. I'm actually going to pull that up right now. Let me just
And so as far
pull.
as Audrey goes, I believe that should be the only update. I'm trying to think.
Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I have it open and then I should have. And of course, the doggies are barking. Okay, Audrey. Okay, so what we've got is the PDF. When my computer decides to pull it up, of the arrest complaint. Find this. I'm going
Oh,
there.
her
There
funeral
we go.
arrangements have been announced. I can send you this
Oh, they
article in the back.
were. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let me share this out and let's go through this. Like I said, a lot of this today I was trying to catch up while I was driving to see what was going on. But let's see. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. So this is now out for all of us to kind of get a better idea of what's going on in this case. Feed a pup. And I'm not sure, have you been able to see these yet, Sleuth, or is this new?
So I seen like the main beefiness of it, not so much like
Okay,
all the other pages.
all the little bits. Okay,
Mhm.
it's about 5 pages, so not
Mhm.
super far. Okay, I do like that they immediately did the no bond. That is good. And by the way, since she was under the age of 15, I think they definitely capital murder. You're going to be talking death penalty case here, and
Oh, for
so
sure,
interest. Yeah.
especially if her remains come back that he defiled her in some way.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
Texas is
Which.
not going to take kind to that.
Nope. Not. I heard. Okay, guys. Rumor mill right now. Did he get taken to the ER sometime today? I don't know where I read something. And again, like I said, completely rumor. If anyone's heard anything, like I said, I'm catching up on stuff, but I could swear I read somewhere that he may have met up with some people who were pretty angry at him. But
I
again, rumor on that.
I don't I honestly don't know. I
Okay.
couldn't tell you.
Let's keep that off then if we don't have anything. So here it looks like he does not want a court appointed attorney. He refused to sign. Interesting there. So, capital murder of a person. Okay, Audrey Danielle. Um, so let me see where we are. Has over 6 years. And okay, so the findings shall show that on the morning of February 15th in Polk County, um, detectives' investigation has revealed that said defendant, Don Stephen McDougal, along with the child victim, left the home of, okay, Audrey, located at blank in Lake Livingston subdivision. And the two of them left the house in his 2003 Chevrolet Suburban with the intent to drop, okay, Audrey off at the school bus near the entrance of the subdivision. It was discovered that the Audrey was not at the bus stop when Livingston ISD bus arrived at the location and discovered that the child did not make it to Creekside Elementary. So we kind of all have that. We know that she wasn't at the bus stop. She never showed up for school. Um, further than that, and stop me at any time, Miss Sleuth. And they found her body within the Trinity River near State Highway 59 South and at the Polk San Jacinto County line. Justice of the Peace ordered the child victim's body to be transported to Harris County Medical Examiner's Office, okay, for autopsy, cause of death. Don McDougal was a friend of the family. Again, not much new there. We all kind of have that, and resided on the family property in a cab over camper. He had access to the interior of the child victim's home. And don't even get me started on the fact that his past. Don't even get me started. So there's video footage and cell phone data placing McDougal at 3 locations of interest here. Evidence in connection with the defendant and the child victim was located at 2 of those locations and recovered. One of those locations is Trinity River, where her body was located.
See, I thought
Okay.
that was interest that I figured they would have cell phone data because these idiots always carry their phones. But the
Exactly.
video footage, that caught me off guard. I was not necessarily expecting him to have video footage at a location, maybe
Yes.
leading up to a location or away from a location. And part of me honestly wonders if he videoed or took any pictures because he seemed to be quite obsessed with like taking pictures and things like that.
That's
And
possible.
like, not necessarily, of anything happening, but even
Right.
just fishing at the area
That
or,
day or
something
something.
along those lines, right? So,
Yeah, something times up. Seal, you get some sleep, my dear. You've got tons of work. Good and well, you're getting put to work. Sleuth
good
Mom
night,
is a
Seal.
slave driver. So, yes, get to work. You're not
You
allowed to
gotta get
sleep.
rest because I expect those
No.
documents before we go into court tomorrow.
Oh my
Just kidding.
God, I love it. I love it. I love it. See, sorry, too many pages. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering what that second location is. Is it something that 3 locations? So we know there was earlier with him. Yeah, the third is what I can't quite figure. Okay. Anyhow, let's see if anything's here for that. So investigators were able to determine through cell phone data, video footage, and other forensic evidence that he lied about his whereabouts and activities on February 15th, 2024. Affiant shall further show that upon recovery of the child victim's body, law enforcement discovered a large rock tied to her body. The rope used was consistent with rope that was observed in his vehicle on a traffic stop 2 days prior. That's interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Affiant shall, if only they had arrested him at that time for all this other stuff. I mean, we can go on and on with ifs, what if type thing, but it's just so frustrating. Affiant shall further show that through investigation, there is sufficient evidence to show that on the date of February 15th, Don Stephen McDougal committed the offense of capital murder. So they are definite. A lot of us were wondering, could it be the 14th, 15th, what? So it was the 15th, then they're saying. So that was sworn on that day. Here is, okay, I think that is, there's the warrant. Yep, that's it. So that's what we have as of right now. Interesting. They're not more. I'm trying to think of. They're not very, very detailed with information. I kind of was expecting to see a little bit more detail than that, but they're keeping it very, very close right now. It looks like.
Mhm.
And
You know what, though?
so,
They really don't have much information other than that they can really release until her autopsy
yeah,
results would
that's
be
true.
back and things like that.
Right. About the only thing would be the locations or something like that. Okay, I've got this. Okay, so funeral services. Let me switch over real quickly to the funeral arrangement bit and all. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be this funeral. I know there's a lot of people, including in this community, who live very near, and I have a feeling we'll probably be attending all this. Okay, here we go. Funeral arrangements. Okay. Click and go and say, I heard that the DA failed. Sorry, in Hawaii, DA is duh. I heard that the DA failed the community by not arresting him for some other things. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they really did though. There's actually a document that Alex Erickson read earlier on one of her lives that Plunder wrote up about the
S-
August arrest that they were able to hold them on. Did you see the Plunder document?
I haven't gotten to see it all. I started trying to listen and all while I was driving
Okay.
home, but did not get to get through the whole thing.
Yeah, and so
So,
so Plunder detailed the arrest from August, and really with that August event, I mean, he stabbed a guy in the back 3 times. And baffling to me that they waited
mhm,
for a situation like this to happen
yep.
instead of just going to get him then. Like, you didn't think that was important that somebody was stabbed?
Well, yeah, that alone. And then now to find out there was a traffic stop just 2 days or so before this all happened. I mean, during
Well,
that
I think that
time,
they're talking about 2 days before she was found, and we seen that traffic stop
oh, did
on
I read
camera.
that wrong? Okay, sorry, I read that
Mhm.
part wrong. So, okay, got it, got it. So, with the, okay, got it. So, no, I was like going to get blow up if that was true then. So, but yeah, no, they should have been. There's all these if, would have, could have, things like that. But you know what? If he had been on the registry, if people had checked into the background or even just said, oh, I don't think this is someone that we want to be around with our girl. Okay, all these coulda, woulda, shoulda type things. It's,
Mhm.
yeah, it's for, but we get that in everything. I mean, we're dealing with that in a few minutes. We're going to talk about Ariel. And again, coulda, woulda, shouldas. Okay. Gianna probably should not have lost her life if people had followed up on Ariel's case to begin with and made some of the changes. We may never have had a Gianna case to deal with. And so getting back with this, it looks like so funeral services have been announced according to Pace Funeral Home. Visitation is scheduled for Friday, March 1st in Livingston, followed by a rosary service. So they're okay, Catholic, and funeral at St. Joseph Catholic Church on Saturday. Okay, candlelight vigil. I wonder if they'll do another vigil or anything like that leading up to this. Um,
They may. I know that the family was a little bit upset because somebody went and recorded even though they asked them not to. And so, stuff like that, it really makes you
yeah,
get a strong distaste for these tragedy pimps that go and do dumb stuff like that,
yeah,
because now will they feel like they were violated and so they don't wanna do something like
right.
that again? I don't know. Will her funeral be closed to the public and
Public.
things like that because they don't want people coming in there trying to take pictures of her and different stuff like that? We've seen a lot of gross stuff happen in these
Oh,
cases.
yeah. No, and exactly, and that's the problem. You get a couple people who just want to make sure they get that video or they get that thing. I mean, sleuth, you know this as well as I do. I walk into something, and if there's even this morning, I was going to people and saying, "Guys, I'm going to be videotaping throughout this thing. I need to make sure you're okay with that. Let me know if you're not, so I can make sure okay to
Yeah, to
turn
keep
my
them off.
camera somewhere else."
Mhm.
I mean, but especially with family, friends, these people are going through emotions, and when they're all of a sudden worried that they can't even grieve
Right.
because someone's going to try to play games with it and turn it into money for themselves, which is basically what it turns into. That's what tragedy pimping's all about, is the money. Okay, fame and money and all. Christola, you'd make it private, closed to the public. And well, I worry also because this was a little girl who went to school with a lot of other children. So I suspect there are going to be parents who decide, you know what, I
Oh
want
my god,
my
yeah. The entire
child needs to
community is
go.
grieving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And to worry about, oh my gosh, is my child going to end up on some sort of video?
Mhm.
Or are there going to be all these different questions? And it's a responsibility we have. Yeah, I
Well,
don't blame them.
it's
Yeah.
just where we cross the line, right? We do it a lot in these cases, I feel like, where,
Yeah.
we go from covering the case and following the case and things like that. Listen, I'm going to follow this all the way through trial. We'll watch it together. We'll keep following it.
Right.
But this is their child. This is their
Yeah.
family. This is their community. And whether you think the parents are this, that, or the other thing, or they shoulda, coulda, woulda, or any of that, it doesn't matter. It's not our place to take part in their grief
Yep.
and to take that from them. You know, we have to give them their time, their space, let this
Yeah.
community heal and all the things. Right now they're still in
Right.
the anger stage and they're still wanting all that, but in general, you know, eventually they're going to want to be at peace with everything that happened and be able to process their feelings. Everybody, I mean, she was
Mhm.
loved by everyone she touched or went
Yeah.
around, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just that one friend, okay, the mom of one of her friends who made the comments. I keep going back to this that, okay, she remembers her last memory of, okay, Audrey is Audrey coming up behind her and putting her arms around her, okay, and saying, I love you the day before she passed away. And
Mhm.
so these are, we see
Well,
the picture.
right.
Okay, we see, okay, I'm going to talk, we see that picture, and that's all we see. We hear the news, we hear the stories, we find out their favorite color, but we forget there's so much more to it. They've got the stories of what mourning was like. Okay, did so and so wake up good or wait not wake up good? All of those different memories that we all have with our families. And while we're going to move on at some point, okay, and yes, we will move. We may come back and revisit a case on occasion, but in general, most people do move on at some point.
Mhm.
They will never
They gotta
move
live
on.
it. Yeah, forever,
Yeah.
forever.
Yep, you got
So,
it. Crystal, I don't know about y'all, but we have police at our funeral homes during a funeral, not just for ex. Okay. Got it. And you know what? That's probably good. Schools have gotten pretty, yeah, addressing grief. Unfortunately, I think schools have had to get more and more about that. They've gotten very good because unfortunately, there's been so much tragedy. I know the principal of Audrey's school put out a post almost immediately once
mhm.
they had found her. Click and go. Yeah, some of the are blaming. Yeah, and that's
And I think that's natural. Like I said, they're in that angry stage. The
yeah,
why, the how could you let this happen? How could you let her be around this monster? And
yeah.
that's natural. That is
I
part of
agree.
this process.
Yeah. And all the I'd never do this, I'd never do that. But we do have to realize, you know what, those are our thoughts. And we're all allowed our own thoughts and beliefs. But when we go pushing them on other people, okay, trust me, these family members are probably blaming themselves more
Mhm.
than we ever would.
Yeah.
Okay. Eh, no one would want to. Hey, dear. You know what? We're getting oh, today's yeah. Yep, you got it. We're all following her around. Click and
The
go.
jury
It's
the jury is still, this jury's still out, Adair. They went home for the day around 4, and so we won't see anything till the morning. I'm betting I'm not even gonna set my alive until probably 10, even though the jury's going back in at 9.
awesome. You
Um,
mean I won't go to sleep at the time that you're going live
no,
today?
not tomorrow. I work from 9:15 until 10, like, I have 3 calls I scheduled,
Oh wow.
because I was expecting court to still be going. I had no clue that they were going to end like this, and so I'm probably not gonna go live until after that last call. If I do,
Okay.
I'll probably just play a few videos in the beginning,
Pop up if
but
something changes.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna be
exactly.
on verdict watch all day tomorrow, I think,
Oh
though.
God. Yeah.
I'm I'm gonna put a time estimate for 2 p.m. for the verdict
Okay,
to
I
come
was
back.
just going to ask. I was going to ask, what time do you think? How long do you think they're going to go? Of course, if they decide to cut the day short or anything like that, God only knows.
Well,
Okay, I
it's
mean,
not gonna
she cuts
go
things. She
past
can't jury.
2 p.m. because the judge will be like, "Well, it's getting time to."
Getting time now. I got to go beat
So
that traffic
it's time to go
home.
home.
Oh my God, I love it, love it, love it. So what do you think? That
Yeah,
anything
let's go
else you've
into
got
Ariel.
for?
Nope, I think
Okay,
that this is pretty much where Audrey's case is right now.
is yeah,
We won't see more documents until he goes through his, like, preliminary
details.
hearings and things like that, and so really not much more information
There'll be a
that's
few more.
credible anyways.
Yeah, exactly. The rest goes, yeah, the judge needs their sleep. Lost the verdict. Oh, you were at 1 to 4 hours, Adair?
You might not have
I was
lost yet. You still have
amazed.
an hour and 15 minutes left.
Yep, exactly. So, okay, so Ariel today. First of all, ooh, sorry, I keep hitting my desk. And first of all, you guys can see my new little flag back here when I showed up to this morning. Um, I did break into tears when they did. It really hit my heart when they did this. They gave me 2 flags, 2 of Ariel's flags.
Oh,
So that
wow.
one has a home forever right there. And Sleuth, you and I've already talked because I know Sleuth has worked her butt off to be a voice for Ariel. So here's the other one. I wanted to let you guys see. This is
Oh, wow.
this one. Yeah. So I try to figure out, can I get both up? No, it would never show. So, but I mean, this meant the world to me. And I'm going to be going around the island, making sure tag things and all that. But, guys, we've known from the beginning of Ariel, the biggest problem we have with Ariel's case is everyone keeps getting the runaround. Okay. From day one, it felt like this is nothing but a runaround. Every single part of this case has been a runaround. Okay. Ariel's big sister has got nothing but the runaround and siblings as to where they're going to live and stuff like that. Okay. The trial keeps getting postponed and postponed and postponed. I thought, honestly, and Sleuth, let me know how you felt on this. I honestly thought we would have an answer today on unsealing the documents. Did you
I
think we would
mean,
have?
it's it just seems to be very convenient that they needed to send paperwork or whatever it is now, considering that the news and
Yep,
everybody was outside. So
bingo.
that just means that, okay, we got to find out the next date and make sure that you guys are outside again because
Yep.
they can't just keep pushing it off.
No.
That's been their theme since the beginning of this is make it disappear, wait until
Hmm.
everybody stops talking. People will eventually stop caring. People will eventually stop sharing, and it's just been consistent through. And guess what? We're not going to
We're
stop.
not.
We might take
We're
little
gonna get
breaks while
louder.
we're waiting. Yes.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's still going to always be there because we still need to know what
Hmm.
happened to Ariel. We
Yep.
still need to have justice for this baby. And I'm sorry, but as long as this continues to be an issue, we said not one more child with Ariel. And now here
No,
we are with Gianna.
Gianna. And
And I'm sorry, it shouldn't be two failures. Two failures
no,
this close together, and we still don't have answers about the
with
first
the same
failure.
red flags. With the
Yes.
same red flag. That's what gets me. For those of you who don't know specifically what all happened, okay, when we all got there, the whole idea was we're going to get these records unsealed. To me, this was not that hard of a decision. Okay, she's been declared dead. Okay, there's no privacy issues here right now. Unseal the documents. Okay, let's start looking at where the systematic failures occurred so we can fix those. That's all. Okay, there's a lot of other things, yes, I agree too, but that's what I'm looking at right now. And well, we got there. I was there this morning at 7:15 and I noticed very quickly no one knew anything. We knew it was the right courthouse, but we could not find out what time the case was going to be heard. We did not know the name of the judge assigned to it. We did not know what room, what time, all of those things. Nothing. We're looking at the docket. Nothing. We're going from floor to floor to floor, talking to people. Nothing. No one knows anything. And what ended up happening is all of a sudden we're all down there talking. We're okay, having fun. In fact, we were singing songs and stuff like that. And 2 lawyers came walking out. I'm hearing they were lawyers for Civic Beat. I don't know if that's true or not. A lot of us were even confused with this. And they came out and they said, okay, everything had already been heard and it's being continued because they need to serve papers to Ariel's biological mother and father. So they needed the phone number, the contact information for both of them. Well, of course, we're like, what? Well, of course they know what's going on. I'm thinking it's all probably has to do with, well, if we're going to unseal these documents, we need to make sure her biological parents know that that is part of what we're looking at. Well, the parents knew that. Everyone knew the parents knew
Right.
that. Okay,
The parents are
why?
standing outside waiting for it to be released.
Yeah.
You want them to
And
serve them. How about you just go get them and say, "Hey, can we do this?"
yeah, bring them in instead of waiting until later. Okay, we're like, well, why isn't anyone knowing about this? Oh, well, you know what? Because everything is still sealed, the judge wanted to keep even the hearing for the case sealed on its own.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this is ridiculous. They knew we were there. We were actually talking about this because this was not a surprise. We've
Mhm.
been advertising this. It's been hitting the news. Okay, we had both KHON and Hawaii News Now there
It's
to
one of those
interview people.
situations where it's like, "Tell me you have something to hide without telling me you have something to hide." I'm sorry.
Bingo, bingo. And it looks more and more like the more they fight this, the more they do this, the more, even me, you know me, I'm trying to give people benefits of the doubt. I don't want to see this horrible side that I'm being led to see. But you can't help but see it when you literally are getting nothing but fight after fight after fight. You literally have grandma over there talking about how and she was telling everyone this today, and also it's public now.
I love Grandma
And
Julie. I
I
freaking love
love
her to
her to
death.
death. Oh my God, I love her to death. I mean, I love her. Giving her a hug at the end of this. This is what I'm saying by these are not just stories. When you give a hug and the two of you are crying, these aren't, these are, this is her baby. Okay. She wanted to actually adopt one of the siblings, guys. Okay, and as she was telling everyone today publicly, okay, and saying on the streams that you guys caught and everything, she was not allowed to because of two reasons. She was on the wrong island and she's not blood relative. Okay, well, excuse me, the Kaluas are not blood relatives. Why were they getting? Why do the Kaluas still have the rights to these children? They need to be taken away. This is just getting out. We did have one legislator who did show up, which was wonderful. We need more. We need more to get involved. The Facebook group is really getting a big, for those of you who are not part of it, join us on Facebook. Because whether it's fighting for Ariel and Gianna or it's fighting for a child in your own state, we can come together and we can actually make those changes bit by coming together. And but it's frustrating. It's really, you hear more and more about what's going on. We did break down early. It was, hey JP, how you doing?
Hi, JP.
It's just, it's really frustrating. Family just wants to, guys, if we had looked and done an after action report, public after action report after Ariel was declared deceased, okay, just like was done for Harmony and all that, where we can now start correcting issues, we would not have the same red flags popping up now for Gianna. And what scares me is 2 more months now until we hear this one.
Right.
If one more child's name gets added to
Oh my
this
God.
list,
Don't even put that into the atmosphere. What are you
I
doing?
mean, every time I do, I'm knocking like crazy. Um, guys, that blood is on everyone who keeps putting this off and putting this off. Because the way to solve this are some pretty easy changes. Yes, there's some difficult possibilities out there too, but there's some really simple things that could be done that would start addressing some of these issues that we, and so, but even on the other hand, Sleuth, I didn't tell you this yet, but I got talking to people about, you guys know I want to become a CASA. And the feeling for most people is that if I become a CASA, I'm going to have to lose my voice. And because, again, people have to, I mean, you don't want to speak against the system, and it's not speaking against the system. It's speaking about ways we can improve the system. And that's the problem. No one's seeing it as that. They're just seeing it from the negative point of view. Blame. Who's to blame? No, let's fix it. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, that is frustrating. I don't see why you would have to. I mean, I
Oh,
get where you can't speak out necessarily against CPS, but as a CASA, you're not really going against or for CPS. You're more so speaking more about the rights for the child. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And so
No, and that's what, because I want to speak up and do this, is click and go. Next trial date, we've got a couple different things going trial. First of all, we have the Kalua's trial. That is October, I think it is now. We have changed it. It's been changed and put out 4 times. So hopefully this is the last time and October will be it. I thought it would be, but now after they just did what they did today, I really wouldn't be surprised to see it pushed off again now. And maybe I'm being negative right now about it, but that's just the feeling that I don't know. I don't know. In fact, I need to keep checking while we're talking. I'm going to check to see if the interview with Adam has popped up yet. Um, but yeah, we have to speak up for things. And thank you all who were able to watch in as we were talking today. So, but
you should
what?
share
Yeah,
share the video at Grandma Julie while you look for that interview
you know
of
what? Actually,
Adam, like from Mr. Pikachu's
oh,
page.
oh, from
The one
yes,
with
you know
all the
what? That
family
one
and
I
stuff?
gotta find. Yes, that one I gotta find. By the way, they just actually let me share this real quick first, then we'll go there because I'm gonna have to look for that real quick on his page. However, KHON did just post everything.
Oh, good.
Um,
Good,
the
good, good.
whole rally, in fact, I just went there and it's on the front page of it. So here we go. Rally held in support of 6-year-old Isabel. Ariel Sellers. A handful of people, and this was the problem, it was a handful. We had planned on being there all day, I found out, and people were going to be coming throughout the day. And but that's that it's only a handful. We need larger groups. But they gathered outside the family court building Kapolei Wednesday morning to rally in support of Isabella Kalua, also known as Ariel Sellers. She was reported missing by her adoptive parents in September 2021. Court documents revealed Isabella was repeatedly abused and she was allegedly killed almost a month before she was reported missing. Her adoptive parents are still awaiting trial. Both have pled not guilty. So here, Melanie, and by the way, happy birthday, Melanie. For those of you who were not there when I was talking to her today on camera, today's her birthday. So we sang happy birthday to her on stream. I kind of had a feeling because when I seen my kids, my daughter would have bruises on her, said Melanie Joseph, Isabella's biological mother. Just knowing if I was right or not, when I had those feelings of her not being treated well and what happened pretty much. Just exactly what happened when I wasn't around and got some closure because, like I said, we still don't know what exactly happened to her. And that's from Adam. A hearing has been scheduled, so they're not even up, they haven't updated that. Oh, wait, it has been continued, so they did put that in. So, so frustrating. So I don't see the interview though, just this. So let me see if there's anything here. And then I'll go find the other one. So, by the way, if you go and it's a little hard to hear, so you need better if you have earbuds on, but we did interview the whole family at the end of the event today. So, if you can go over,
So that's the one I was talking about. I know you streamed it also on his page. I
oh,
don't know if
that
he
one he
has like
did. Okay.
a micro I don't know if he has a microphone or
He
something,
he
but his
does.
was very loud compared
It
to
was
yours.
okay. That's the one you're talking. Okay, let me
Mhm.
take this down because I don't want names to pop up on Facebook until I get there. Sorry, girls and guys, and puppy who's scratching my leg. I think you tagged me in it. So, mm, yeah, for those of you
I have it if you
joining
want
the.
me to.
Oh yeah, do you want to do that? because it
Yep.
might take me a few minutes. If you actually have it pulled up, go for it.
Okay.
By the time I go looking for it, God only knows how long it'll take. Especially with this one scratching the hell out of my leg. I know you missed me, but come on now. And oh my, yes, if that, well, Click and Go, yeah, he's known as Mr. Pikachu. In fact, he said, "Tell Sleuth Mom Pikachu says hi." And so I was able to drive him home. A lot of the people don't have cars and all
Right.
that, so I was helping out with all that today. So, but yeah, yep, Ariel's mommy's birthday was today, and so all of a sudden I'm
Happy
singing
birthday,
"Happy Birthday," and I'm
Melanie.
like, I was so that's it. But the whole idea that you have to
My
do
screen's
something
there
like
if you
this
want
on
to
your
share.
birthday. Oh, I hate it when my kid, I go to two levels on that. Okay, here we go. Go for it, my dear. Whenever you're ready.
Go live? Okay. Are you ready?
Okay, are we ready? Sorry, guys, 1 second. Give us 1 minute.
Live with my one hand.
There we
We're gonna
go.
go live on my left hand. I'm ambidextrous. Top the head, grab the right. Okay. Public school, baby, public school.
True Hawaii style. All last minute.
Ready?
Let's stir this together. Okay,
Creating
here we go.
live right
I don't have a day job. Ah! So we are live on YouTube with Miss Kalia Kana's phone. We're live on Facebook. We got Adam Sellers, Judy Harling, all these beautiful ladies right here to support Ariel Sellers and the family. And we have special people from Kauai who are visiting, coming in. Lacey, come on into the shot. We got your corner. We got visiting and support. We got YouTube here. Sleuth's mom, Cindy. All right. So from
got called
Kauai, we
Sleuth
got
Mom
everyone
for a
coming to help
second.
support the Kick and the Trojan.
I was thinking, like, do they think that you are Sleuth Mom?
No.
Okay.
I think he realized he said Sleuth's mom.
That's why he
Mom,
changed
and
it
then
to
he was like,
Cindy.
Cindy. And he realized what he did because he kept saying to me, "Tell Sleuth Mom bye." Okay, so yeah, I think he just got confused for a second. By the way, just so you guys know, that gal coming in from Kauai, and that was a plane ticket. That wasn't just jumping on
Right.
in the bus, and you come all the way out here to find
Just for
out
it to be-
something is continued.
Yeah.
And so, oh yes, he did worse than that. Trust me. So, we were joking about that. Okay, back to that.
Then we have some questions, right, for the coalition.
Yes.
What would you like to say today?
Yes. We're from the Hawaii Coalition, some of us, Hawaii Coalition for Child Protective Reform, and we're out here to support the unsealing of Ariel's records. And we found out earlier with Miss Judy Hardy, the grandparent of Ariel, that the continuance. We were here since 7:30 in the morning. We were on the second floor, third floor, trying to find out where the court was. They were giving us a runaround like they've been doing, ghosting us, not giving us the right information. And the lawyers literally came out to our tent at Shelby Broad and let us know in 2 months they'd see us again because it was a continuance. It happened without us. Yeah, it happened without us.
Can you please update for people who weren't here at the time? Because you had two Howley people come up, all of a sudden with suits and shoes, and like they're going to serve you guys. So,
That's what I thought.
people are kind of shocked. So can you give us a quick update? Because the people just came in from outer islands. They were going to talk story off the grid.
Well, the lawyers came up to us with suit and ties, and I thought, okay, I'm finally going to get arrested. This is time. All right. Did you see me? I went right up to them and said, "What do you want?" And they said, "Oh, we're just here to tell you guys there's a continuance." And then I calmed down because I thought, I'm going now. Here I go. And
I have that video too. He posted it too. Of like the guys coming down, like the camera's automatically turned on. Did you film that too?
Oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
I wasn't live at the time, but I have it recorded. We
Just
were
in
like, okay,
case.
yeah, pull them out real quickly. So, and then I
Mhm.
talked with them a little bit afterwards, not on camera.
Right,
I
right.
talked with them afterwards. So
You mean to tell me that not every conversation that you have with a victim's family or with people surrounding a case is
it's
meant
not
for
recorded?
YouTube?
Oh my gosh. Oh, one thing that was
Mind blown.
amazing. I know. How dare I not record every
That's
minute?
valuable content right there.
I might get that viral video right there that brings in all of my subs and all that.
I love
You,
her pants too, Click and Go
oh
Bug. I
yes,
was sitting there looking at her whenever I watched this the first time, like, I love those pants. I'm gonna
we
have
were
to
telling them
have
that.
Taryn send me a pair.
Yes, yes, yes. Some of these the pants, there were two different pairs of pants. Hers were one, and I forget who was the other. I loved them. One thing that was nice, okay, right before this happened, I spent about 20 minutes talking with a girl who just happened to walk up and to me. She had a ID for working in the court area. She is a law student getting her degree as a lawyer in family law. And she's like, I wanted to come out here. It looks like you guys are taking everything down, but I wanted to talk to you guys because I need to do my final paper
Mhm.
on some stuff. And I really would like to talk about, okay, Ariel and the system itself and how all this stuff connects. We spent probably a good 20 minutes or so.
Oh, that's
Okay,
awesome.
grandma came over and we talked and all that, and she's shared phone numbers out. So hopefully that's actually going to be good because it's getting people who can speak up and be heard to actually start speaking. Legislators, things like that. We got to get those
Mhm.
people in. So
Absolutely.
anyhow, yeah.
Yeah, it just was nice that they had the consideration to come and tell us what happened because we couldn't find out nothing from the courthouse.
All right. Anything you would like to add on?
We're just flabbergasted at this point. I mean, it's been such a long wait for families of Ariel, and now with Gianna Bradley's case happening. And we're flabbergasted of them ghosting and then pulling this on us when they knew full well that we were aware of this date and that it's been weeks, it's been on the news. And to ghost us like this, literally, to dismiss us, is a tragedy and a travesty of justice. And I'm just floored that this has occurred with the knowledge that the news, the media, everybody knew about this and they could still do it. And so, we're going to keep fighting, and we're gonna, have some strong messages out there for our legislators. I hope you're listening. That this stuff does really happen, and it happens to good families. It happens in tragedies, and we still not one more child. I've been saying this for 2 years with Ariel, and I get very upset. For 2 years, we've been saying not one more child, and here we are again, still with Ariel's case, and now with Gianna Bradley's case.
Yes.
So we want to see justice, but more so, we want to see accountability and enforcement to these people who are continuing to railroad us and to ghost us and to just traumatize us. So, I hope that legislators and our community are aware of this and come forward and support us.
They are aware of it. Kurt Cavello was here, gave us big support, and he blasted stuff on the news with the news people too, saying that this is enough. He literally asked me, why didn't you get the kids? I said, you really want to know? Because I didn't have the bloodline and because I live on Big Island. He goes, you're Adam's mom. I said, exactly. Exactly.
And thank you to Kurt Favela for
Yes.
doing that. We give you props and, good job for speaking out. Let's continue our journey. It's not over. It's not over, and we're going to continue to come out and support until we can't any longer. So, we're here. Laura, you want to say anything? Okay.
From Kauai, since you flew all the way out, you must have something on your mind, Tito.
You don't have enough camera battery.
I have a tripod and the solar goes zero.
I will say this. I may be the youngest one here, and I give zero fucks like I'm 80 years old. Because I'm here, because I've been fighting for 4 years for a little girl, and she's still suffering.
Wow.
And I will not ever stop.
Good.
Because the stakeholders are the youth, the future leaders of all of our islands.
Yes.
And I will not give up.
Which little girl is she talking about there? Did you inquire?
You know what? Sorry, I was trying to pull something up about to share with you guys. What was she saying about the little girl?
She said she's been fighting for 4 years for a little girl.
Okay, she works with a lot of children that are either in the system or troubled over on Kauai. So she was sharing a lot of different stories with us during lunch. And so have a feeling, unless she was talking Ariel, but 4 years doesn't make sense there.
Hmm.
So I suspect it's one of the children she's been working. She's actually been amazing. She was telling us stories about how while she's here, actually, she's going out and using things like going to some of the high schools here where they're going to do graffiti art. So it's trying to pull in children who are having teens that are having issues, things like that, and give them outlets. Okay, children who are fighting the system themselves. Okay, for example, okay, if you got a teenager who's fighting in the system to have their voice heard, to make sure that she's there to support them. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, so freaking amazing. So I suspect that's what she's talking about.
Okay.
They can handcuff me, they can shoot me, they can poison me, they can do whatever they want to do. I'm not backing down. They have pissed off the wrong person. You can keep hitting me. I'm gonna keep turning my other cheek. If you mess with my kids, mess with any of these kids, I'm coming after you.
Alpha females! Yeah!
So, Adam, you're stuck in the middle of this. What would you like to add on to this?
No comment.
Learn.
That
He's
says
a
lot.
learned man.
Yep.
Anything we'd like to add about the coalition, your website so people can follow?
We're on Facebook under the Hawaii Coalition for Child Protective Reform. And, you know, we support when CPS has to take children and they're in imminent danger and their lives are threatened. But we also support so many families who are stuck in the CPS system in the net that catches our kiki and opio. Yes. And we don't want to see that anymore. Yes. We don't want to see that.
Cases like
Can you pause for a
preventable.
second?
It has to have enough right education, and when there is
Okay, wanted to let you know what I was trying to look up, and this is how things build. Today we had I think 3 or 4 of the islands out there rallying for Ariel.
Mhm.
One of those islands, I think it's the Big Island, has made the decision every Thursday afternoon they're going to be waving signs for Ariel until we get justice.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
open ended from now on. Yeah. I was like, I got to put it on the Facebook group, in fact, to let people know. Yeah, it's amazing, guys. Y'all have the power. Y'all have the power. We just got to use our voice. So,
Yes.
sorry, you can go back. I just wanted to share that before I forgot.
And we don't want to see that anymore. Yes. We don't want to see that.
cases like Ariel's are preventable. It has to have enough right education, and when there is a mistake, that people are honest and have enough integrity and professional ethics to get the help they need to be able to resolve the problem. To allow it to go to this extent is unacceptable, and no family deserves to go through this.
Any last words?
Oh, sorry, that was pretty dark and heavy because that's how I was feeling.
No worries.
Really Papu Aloha, guys.
And sometimes that aloha comes with a rubber slipper. Right? We got slash, we got ruler, we got all kind of stuff. So please follow them all online. We're gonna go talk story. Chihu. Thank you all. Close that.
Yeah, one of the things that comes from, and this was part of our discussion, so many places, especially on the mainland, they see Hawaii as this paradise. Can't have any problems there and all that. We have the same problems everyone else has. To be honest, we have some that are probably, I'm beginning to think, even worse. Corruption, things like that.
Mhm.
But you know what? It's learning how to come together, because the one thing Hawaii does, and it's not just Hawaii, I know Texas has this whenever I visit Texas, it's ohana. It's this feeling of community. And once you tap into that, you know what? You guys can run with things. You can find ways to make changes real quickly. So thanks for sharing that, Sleuth. Yeah, that is definitely, I need to find a way to do microphone, or I got to buy me a couple things coming up if I'm going to do more of these. Yeah. So yeah, anywhere in the South Cristola, I agree. So
With that
yeah.
being said, let me just make sure that Bautissimo Nightbot drops that.
Oh, help me out, gang. Actually, there are a few pieces of
You need to make
equipment.
Amazon wish list and we'll
Wish
put it up.
list. Oh, yes, I'll go for the wish list. Usually, guys, yeah, I usually don't ask for things, but there are a few things I'm finding as I go out, and we're going to be doing more of these things
I was gonna
with
say,
Ariel and yeah.
I have been active with Ariel's case a lot in the beginning, and a lot of people followed me because of Ariel's case. And I'm not walking away from Ariel's case, but guys, Locomai needs to be the face of this movement because she is there. I'm not, and so please, support her while she reaches with her community and they try to make these big movements and they try to make a difference because I don't know. I super appreciate the fact that you were there today and that you were able to be there with this family while they're going through this because that's not something that I can do. And I
Thank you.
love you to death for it. And so please guys support her while she's doing this. If we can make the difference in one child's life and one community, right? This is what we need. We need boots on the ground people to go out there and make differences in these cases and to push these movements and to push these events and to really just be there. And so please, support her while she's doing this and just
Thank you,
love her
honey.
through it.
Thank you so much, my dear. You know what? One thing I've learned in just 1 week, I've been able to go to 2 events now. And I find very quickly how many of us have those same drives to make these changes. But you know me, I was following this case from the beginning, but I wasn't quite as, I was invested, but because of work and all, I didn't. And you know what? Once you connect up with people and you realize the changes you can make, and guys, every one of you have someone in your community that needs those changes too. It's just finding the group that you can speak up with. Maya and but thank you. Yeah, no, I'm hoping we're gonna be doing more of these. I'm sure we're gonna Gianna, I'm trying to oh sweetheart. Thank you,
Crystal.
Cristola. Cristola, Cristola. So I'm trying to find out oh my god, guys. All of this money, just so you guys know, any money I'm getting right now, I do want to get a microphone so that I can interview other people and hear them because you guys heard what it was like from my phone. Um, and a battery pack would be nice. And actually, someday I'd love to get a monitor so I can actually do 2 monitors at once here. But oh my gosh. But yeah, no, it's really, you can make I know Gianna's dad, and I need to find out about this, and whether or not it's still going on. He had planned on doing a prayer vigil every Thursday. So I'm going to try to contact him to see if that's on for tomorrow or not. If it is, I will be live from that prayer vigil. So I'll let you guys know as I hear more about that. But oh my God, Red Rock, Cristola, and all the members, seriously, all of you guys, thank you. I know, Sleuth, you know how important those members are because I mean they're they're the family. They're the Ohana and all.
Yeah.
So
I think this is one of those cases that like I will never we
we're
were
gonna get
talking a
you
little
out
bit
here someday.
about yeah, well we were talking a
Yeah.
little bit about how people become numb and how things heal over time and or you just after a while like it just doesn't hit you the same way and Ariel's case will always hit me
Oh,
like this. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And
Yep.
I just can't imagine being actually part of her family because I know how much her case has always affected me emotionally. I mean, even now,
Yeah.
I'm like just so happy that you were able to do this and be there. One of the biggest problems that we encountered whenever we were trying to plan events for her, whenever she was first missing and in the first processes of the justice system, was that there was nobody there to lead the way. There was nobody
Mhm.
there that would for sure show up
Would
at the
talk.
event.
Yeah.
Yes, and it would be there to do it, and so now they have that. They have this person that can for sure be there and help keep pushing and help
Yeah.
organizing and things like that, and so I'm really excited about this. I really am.
I'm really, yeah, seeing the Facebook group. And guys, if you're not part of the Facebook group, please, if you're from Hawaii, hit that Facebook group and join us because And we're not just looking at Ariel and Gianna in it. We're looking at all
Right.
cases.
Making the change in
Okay.
general for
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah. We all come together. LFT, love you, my dear. Thank you so much. Mahalo. Mahalo, all you guys. Yeah, if you have the chance to get involved in a case near you, it makes you see things totally differently. When you give that hug, I gave Grandma Judy her hug today. I mean, I wanted to melt because all of the words, all of the pictures, all of that stuff just takes on a totally different feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, it's real. These are people who go to bed every single night missing this little girl, worried about this little girl's siblings and what's going on with them in their lives, and worrying about the next child. And I know they worry about that next child because they're trying to make the changes themselves. And when those changes are, I saw by talking to them today just how much Gianna's story has hurt them emotionally. It's not only brought up all the stuff that happened to Ariel, but it's also recognizing that, damn, why didn't some of these changes, why didn't some of this attention that we're trying to bring it come to fruition before? And also, and they're an amazing family, guys. They are an absolute amazing, amazing family. Click and go. Love you. You guys all are absolutely, and those of you who are always out there, I know people are over there with Audri right now. And also, hey, y'all are the voices. That's what this whole thing is about. That Sleuth does, I do. Okay. Anyone who's ever covered someone on their channel. Okay. LFT, Decipher. They're out there telling stories so that people can see what's going on. Okay. What we got here? Speaking of in the state, want me to get together. All like, hey. And also, but yeah. It'll be good. Yeah, it was a great day. You guys got to try. You got to get involved because it's worth every tear, every minute that you put into it. It's worth it, guys. It really is. So, and Sleuth, you've been like the drive for this. You and I have talked about her case from day one, but you were going live day after day after day. I mean, that's why, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to get it, if they're cool, because I want you to have one of these flags. Because I know you would treat it with the honor that is behind that flag, the reason behind that flag, the respect. Okay, because it's basically saying no more. Okay, it's
Yeah,
no
we're
more.
done. We're done.
Yeah. In more ways than one. And also,
Yes.
love you, Cristola. Oh, anything else from anyone? I know it's
No.
late for you.
No, I appreciate you doing this again, like I said. And thank you guys. Please share out Elijah Views posters.
Yes.
They're on both of our community tabs. They're on Facebook.
Yep.
They're all the places. Please share it out.
Yep.
He is missing, and I like I said earlier, not very many people were talking about it at the beginning of this live, and by the end of this live, there are several lives. So I'm okay with that, though. His face needs out there. Just, pray for the right types of coverage, I guess I
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah, the right type. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Mm.
It's about coverage that is getting the information out that needs to be out rather than going off on to other areas. And Jennifer, okay, Gigi, you know what? Those are the things that matter. And yeah, it does get harder over time. And I think that's part of the reason why it keeps pushing out, because the hope is the longer it takes for all this to come together, maybe people will forget. And they won't. And sometimes it's not going to be okay. It's hard to go and
Well,
post
and it's not going to be
posters and all
constant
that.
either. Like I
No,
said,
it's
we
not.
take breaks and then
Yeah.
we come
You
back every
have
time
to.
there's something new.
Yep.
You
You
it's
have
just
to
about
take
making
times.
sure we revitalize that energy every single time that
Yeah.
she needs us to show up.
Yeah.
Every single
And we're
time
going to
she
look.
needs us to be there. you know?
We're going to look at ways we can do. Okay, is there ways that when there's a bill, okay, whether it's related to Ariel or just the system as a whole, that we could get people, how can you send an email with a letter to your legislators? Okay, even if it means helping by writing a shell for people so that they can copy and paste, because I know it's hard to even find time to write stuff. Okay, the only reason I was able to go today is because my job allows me a little bit of wiggle room and I don't have kids. When you
Right.
have kids, it makes it harder.
Absolutely.
So just being there, hanging out in the group, making sure when you go out, dentist or something like that, you mention her name every now and then if something pops up. You got it.
And
Yeah,
amen,
just
Red
like
Rock,
you just said.
self-care or you can't be there. You know, you got to take
S-
breaks. You got to take care of yourself.
Yep. You
I mean,
sure,
heck, I
sure
I
do.
just came back from like a 2.5 month break because I
Yeah,
did
you needed it.
too much, too many at a time. And I had to slow down. And so now
Yep,
here I am. I'm trying to focus on just couple at a time, couple at a time. That's what we got to do is just still
exactly.
keep the mission going, but pace it to where our brains don't get too
Yep.
overloaded.
Yep. It's like any caregiver, anything, you got to take time. By the way, Click and Go, that's an amazing idea right there. If I could figure out, yeah, that's actually a really great idea. See, that's the thing. This community has amazing ideas when we come together. And that's what, instead of all the, I'm sorry, but tragedy pimping and all that, let's use this energy and the creativity and all of that I know this community has for a reason where later on we're like, oh, wow, look what we just created. Look what we just did. I mean, that would be so much better than me having to sit there and think about, oh, wow, that was a crazy drama live right there. I thought we were talking about so and so. How did this turn into that? And Jennifer, thank you so much, my dear. I really do appreciate it, guys. I really, you have no idea. Thank you. Thank you. And also, yeah, negative news does affect our psyche. We got to take care of ourselves. So
With
please
that
keep an
being
eye
said,
out
it's
for
bedtime.
Elijah.
It's
Yep. This
11:30.
one, see, it's only okay, 6:36 my time. And also I'm gonna go warm up my burger from lunch today, and then I'm gonna go eat dinner. So Sleuth, thank you for all you do, my dear. You've been doing the trial every day. I mean, working your job. Now you do an amazing job. And I'm gonna find a way to get you this for sure. You deserve it. I mean,
Thank you.
you'll take care of it, and that's what's important. I know that's what matters to them. Love you all, and I will talk to, yeah, she's sleepy, ain't she? She's like, local, stop talking, finish this up right now, which I'd like to, except I can't find an outro. There's the outro by Cristola. Here it is. Goodbye. Mahalo. Aloha, guys. Mahalo. Seriously, mahalo. Bye-bye.